Hello everybody, welcome back to our CSS training. Today we'll be looking at a new topic, which is link styling. If you look at my HTML page here, I've created some links which we'll be using as examples for the training. So the purpose of link styling is to define a specific style or design for the HTML, for the links we are putting in our HTML page. So for example, here you can see the nested list is a link, HTML training.html is a link, HTML list tag is a link, formatting elements is a link. So if I want to give them different color apart from this default color, is part of what we are going to learn. For example, if you look at this nested list, it has color blue. So if I put my cursor on it, you see it changed to color orange. So it changed colors. When I click on it to visit, it's also changed to another color. Then when I return back from the visited link to the previous link, it also changed color. That is the purpose of what we are in. That is part of what we are going to learn, how those colors are being defined. All these colors that we are seeing now are default color that the browser will choose and select by itself. But can we want to give it another color, is a different color apart from the default color that the browser will give you. So let's go to our CSS file. Now I have defined, here I have the nested list, the nested link. So I give it an ID of nested. So here now I've defined a specific color for the ID of nested, which should be hot pink. So which means, back to my HTML page now, anytime I click on that nested list, it will always be what? Hot pink. Either I visited it, or I clicked on it, or I move my cursor on it, or it's still at the fresh of the opening page, it will still be hot pink. Do you see that? Returning back is still hot pink. So now let's now go back to those stages. We said, okay, link in CSS has 4 stages. The first stage is the link stage, in which at that stage the link is still at the fresh, which means you just open that page, you've not touched any link in that page, you've not moved your cursor on it, you've not done anything. So that is the link stage. The second stage is the visited stage, or let me say, okay, the visited over stage. Let me use the over stage. The over stage is when you move your cursor on the link. So when you move your cursor on the link, it will change color. The color that it will give you at that specific period is called the over stage. Then the next one is the visited stage. The visited stage, that is when you visit a link. That is when you visit a link, when you click on a link, and I've missed it. The over stage is when you click on a link to visit that link. That is the over stage. So when you click on that link to visit it, is called the over stage. While the visited stage is when you visited the link and return back to the previous page where you have that link. So the color will have to change. So the color that it will give you then is called the visited stage, and the visited state. And the last state, which is the active state, is when you move your cursor on that link. When you've not touched it at all before, you now move your cursor to it on it, so it will change color like the time it change to orange. So that is called the active stage, showing you that that link there is active, it's not just an ordinary lettering. So now let me define those stage for that for our nested link. Now I've defined the first stage here. I have the link stage, the visited stage, the over state, and the active state. So now I've given them different color. The link state is hot pink, while the blue state and the visited state, the link state, that is when you've not touched the link at all, it's still at fresh, nothing happened to it, so it will give us hot pink. When you visited it, when you are returning back to the page, to the initial page where you have the link, so it will give you blue. And when it is at over, you just move your cursor on it, it will give you green. And when you click on the link to visit the page, so it will give you green. And when you you just move your cursor on it, it will give you red. So let's go and view that in our browser and see what it will give us. So now firstly, let me go and so when it is so as you are saying, do you know the reason why it's showing us blue here now? Because we visited the link before, so that is why it's giving us blue. So when I move my cursor on it, it will give me green. So when I click on it and return, it will give me blue. Okay, let's go and check it one after the other. So the green state is when I move my cursor on it. The active is red. The active is red. The visited is blue, and the link is what? Hot pink. So that hot pink, I don't think we can get it again because we visited the link before. So now I've clicked on it, so I have green. I move my cursor on it, so green. That is what, when I move my cursor on it, it should be red. Yes, so you see that I have red here, so because I move my cursor on it. So when I visited it, I have what? Green. When I return back from the visited link, I have what? Blue. So now another thing we can do on link is look at this link now. You know they are all underlined. So in our text when we are dealing with text text in our CSS, you know, we said we have text decoration where we can remove the where we can put underline and overline, and we can also remove the underline on every text. So we use text decoration to remove all this underline that in our links. So let's go back to our CSS page. So let me say hash nested then I will say text decoration column, I will say none. So let's go and see what will happen here. See that it does not have underline again, so and it's still a link. When you click on it, do you see that? When you move your cursor on it, you see that? So it's still a link, but it will not be underlined just like the remaining one. So that is another design, another work on link. Now we want to create a link button. Let me use another one. Let me use the ID of training. Let me use the ID of training. So in this stage, if I want to okay, if I want to okay, I want to give it a button. I want to give it a button. Background color, I will say background color blue. Background color blue. So if I can even do that to this nested list. So I will say background color red. Let's go and view it. Did you see that? So now here now under the training, I give it background color of blue, and the initial color of the link text is blue. So how do we do it? I will just give it another color on its own also. I will just say color I will say white. No. So do you see that? You see that the color of the writing has changed to white. So let's stop here for now. In the next class, we will continue with the link So we should go home and go and practice this. In the next class we'll continue with other advanced design we can give to our HTML, our link. So even we don't need that, so I can just is all what we've been doing before. So in the links, apart from this background color, you can also give it padding. You can also give it padding, margin and the likes. Okay, let me so I've given it padding, text decoration, none. So I've given the background color, text decoration, none. And then what next can I give it? I can give it margin. Let me say 20 pixel by 40 pixel. You know, the padding determines the internal space outside between the border and the internal space, and the margin determine the external space. So the external space outside the border. So let me also display inline block. So let me go and view this. So do you see what I've done now? So do you see that this really makes sense? So I give it an HTML. I remove the underline that was there, so I give it space in between the links. I give it padding from the right to the left, top and bottom, and then I give it also margin from right, left, top and bottom. So if you just click on this color, any part of the color of this color, so you are clicking on the links. Any part of this color, you are clicking on the links. So I need to take it to where you are going. So yeah, we will stop for today. See next class when we'll meet again. See you next class.